us to another episode on your G12 exams. So in this episode, we continue looking at the November 2022 Science Paper 2. So in the previous 6 episodes, we covered question E, B1, B2, and this section E, A of the paper. So let us now look at question E, B3. The following symbol shows a nuclide of element A. Distinguish between the number 16 and 32 shown in the nuclide for element A given. So, when we look at the general element, so if you're given an element, say this is element A, so these numbers which we call Z, then we're going to have A. So this Z, which is 32, refer to the mass number. Okay, the mass number. So 32 is the mass number of element A, which is the total number of protons and neutrons. That's 32. Then 16, while 16 refers to the total number of protons in element A. That's the difference. Then B Roman numeral 1, to which group of the periodic table does element A belong? So for us to tell the group to which this element belongs, we need to know the electronic configuration. So the electronic configuration of element A, which is electronic configuration of A, will be the first shell will have 2, the second one will have 8. So 2 plus 8 is a 10. 16 minus 10 is a 6. So this 6 tells us this element belongs to group 6. That's where it belongs. Then Roman numeral 2 use the periodic table to identify element A. So we just need to go to the periodic table and look for an element with mass number 32, then proton number 16. So we go to the periodic table and in group 6. So we come here, you notice that we have 32 here, then 16 here. So this is sulfur. So the element is sulfur. Just like that. Then C, Roman numeral 1, draw a dot and cross diagram to show the bonding formed in a compound between element A and hydrogen. So when element A, which is sulfur, and hydrogen, they bond, they will form a covalent bond to give us hydrogen sulfide. So they will give us hydrogen sulfide. That's what they'll give us. So we know the electronic configuration of sulfur that we are just from doing to be this one. So we have 286. So let us start with the electronic configuration of sulfur. So we are going to have inner shell, then we are going to have the outer shell. So let us say this is the first two, then we have 8 in the next one, like that. Then we are going to have this like that, then we are going to have this one and that one, so that it has 6 electrons outside. Then it's bonding with hydrogen. So hydrogen is going to come, let me use the black one, then like that. So hydrogen is going to have this shell of hydrogen, only one shell, then also this shell. So now what is going to happen is they are going to bond. So let me just do it properly. So they are going to bond like that. So now this electron from sulfur, which is this is sulfur, then let us say this is hydrogen, and this is hydrogen. So one electron from sulfur, to make it as 6, will be here. Then the one from hydrogen, let me put it here to be the dot. So this will be the dot. Then also the dot here. Then we are going to have these are from sulfur. Then they are going to form this a bond, such that we are going to have 2 hydrogen, then 1 sulfur, to give us hydrogen sulfide. Then this will be the bond which will be formed. Question C, Loma numero 2. Compare the bonding in the compound formed in C Loma numero 1 with that in calcium oxide. So we have calcium oxide, then we have C Lomani numero 1, which is this hydrogen sulfide. So you notice that in this one we have covalent bonding. So in C Lomani numero 1 we have covalent bonding, while in calcium oxide it is ionic bonding. So covalent bonding is between a non-metal, which is hydrogen, and the sulfur. They will form a bond, and that bond is known as covalent bonding. Then in calcium oxide we have calcium, which is a metal, and oxygen, which is a non-metal. These two, they come and form the ionic bonding. That is, calcium loses some electrons which hydrogen gain to make a complete outermost shell. So calcium specifically loses 2 electrons, then hydrogen gains 1 electron. So hydrogen has a -2 charge, then calcium cation has got a +2 charge. So these opposing charges, they bound these together, so they form a compound known as calcium oxide. So basically this is how you answer this question. Critical is to note that the question is on asking you to compare the bonding in these compounds. That's what it is asking. So it's important also that you know the properties of covalent bonding and ionic bonding, and also metallic bonding, just in case you have a question asking you to compare the properties. So thank you for joining me in this episode. Please join me in the next episode as I look at question B4. Thank you, viewers, for watching this episode. If you find this video to be helpful, please consider liking, and also if you're new to this channel, consider subscribing. By liking, subscribing, and sharing, you are going to help us improve our visibility. A simple like from you makes a big difference. So once you subscribe to our channel and go to our channel, we discover that we've got so much content. So we've got mathematics based revision questions, we've got physics, we've got chemistry, then we've got also topic based section for all the subjects. And this is the best section for you if you're having any challenges in any particular topic.